Right? So this is a 3-minute clip. This is Joran Vandersloot. And I don't think he looks like this anymore. I think this is an older picture from Peru. Because Beth Holloway, when she went in the courtroom and saw him face to face, I don't know if you guys heard this story, but she saw him face to face and she said, Joran, you look like hell. You are never going to make it. And then she sat down. And I was just like, wow. To be in the courtroom, to see her, confront him face to face. I have goosebumps just talking about it. After everything she's been through with this dude. She confronted Deepak and Satish, his two friends. She went and followed them at their workplace to try to get information. And then he ended up saying, hey, for $100,000, I'll tell you where her body is. And I'll tell you what happened to her.
That's so gross that he would do it.
So gross.
Like that.
So, and then she sends him a payment to start this process off. And then he tells her basically to kick rocks, that he's not telling her shit. So that was why he got extradited here finally for that. And he's going to go back to Peru. So he'll never come back here and serve any time. But from what I hear, he can drink wine. He can smoke dope.
What?
This is per Nancy Grace. In the Peruvian prison, he was smoking dope, drinking booze, having conjugal visits. He got married. And I believe he fathered a child.
He got married?
Yes, what? He has a baby. Joran has a child.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
that isn't justice at all.
No, it's sick. It's absolutely sick. And then when he gets out of the Peruvian prison, then he'll go back to Aruba. And he'll be free. So that's what justice looks like for this case. So here is the audio of Joran.
Plus, she asked to go back to her hotel, but I was just trying to get dropped off a little bit further away from her hotel so we could walk back to her hotel and I might still get a chance to be with her.
Okay.
That's what I was hoping for.
Okay. So what happens?
Yeah, Deepak drops me off at a place a little right of the Marriott hotel known as the Fisherman's Huts. This place is not so far from, the next hotel is the Marriott, and the next hotel after that is another Marriott, which is a timeshare, and then it's the Holiday Inn. Well, we walk along the beach.
Do Deepak and Satish get out? Come with you? What happens?
Deepak and Satish leave. They leave. They go back to their home. I assume they go back to their home. They get in their car and they leave. I'm actually with Natalee walking along the beach. I find a space before we get to the Marriott hotel, where I lay her down. We lay down together in the sand, and we start kissing each other. I get her to kiss me again. We start kissing each other, and I start feeling her up again. And she tells me no. She tells me she doesn't want me to feel her up. I insist. I keep feeling her up either way. And she knees me. She ends up kneeing me in the crotch. When she knees me in the crotch, I get up on the beach and I kick her extremely hard in the face. Yeah, she's laying down unconscious, possibly even dead, but definitely unconscious. And I see right next to her there's a huge cinder block laying on the beach.
When you say cinder block, looking at the walls of this place, is it like those?
The exact same cinder blocks. I see a huge cinder block laying on the beach. I take this and I smash her head in with it completely. Her face basically, collapses in.
Ugh.
Even though it's dark, I can see her face is collapsed in. Afterwards, I don't exactly know what. I'm scared. I don't know what to do, and I I decide to take her and to put her into the ocean. So I grab her and I half pull and half walk with her into the ocean. I push her off. I walk up to about my knees into the ocean, and I push her off into the sea.
All right. That is the confession. He was sitting there with his lawyer. So his lawyer was the one asking him questions during that. I want to share this from X. This is Cheryl McCollum. She was actually at the courthouse with Nancy Grace. She has the podcast called Zone 7. And her and Nancy were with Beth that whole day. And I think they went to Aruba with her as well. Both of them went there. So she posted this and she said, here are the fish huts in Aruba where Nancy Grace and I visited with Beth Holloway while on the island last year. So she circled right there a broken cinder block. And I was like, wow. Because when I heard this, I actually went on Google Maps and I was looking at the fisherman huts because, they're kind of messy. Like there's stuff sitting all around, like behind them. And, they're like primitive buildings and they have junk behind them and stuff. But there's a broken cinder block right there because a lot of people were saying there's no cinder blocks around there. He's lying about that, but he might actually be telling the truth. And also, these fishermen huts were broken into. And there was a net, like a big net. And they said tools that could be used to weigh someone down were missing.
See, that was the question I had, is how do you push someone into the water, like knee deep in the water, and then they just disappear? You'd have to weigh them down.
Right.
But
My
even in
theory-
shallow water like that, even weighing them down, like you'd think
he had to have gone out.
she wouldn't be able to go out
They
there.
took a fishing boat out. Yeah, they took the fishing boat, and I believe his dad helped him because he claims
His dad.
Yeah, in that clip I played of his interview with Greta the other day, he said that Deepak and Satish dropped him off. He asked them to drop him off a little further down from the Holiday Inn where Natalee was, so that he had time to like walk her back on the beach to kind of make the moves on her, right? So she probably just thought, they were going back to her hotel because he said she wanted to go back to her hotel. So she probably wanted to get back to her friends. So they're going back to the hotel, and he probably knows, oh, the friends are in the hotel room. I'm not going to get any play there. So, hey, guys, drop me off a couple hotels down. We'll walk the beach back up, and I'll make the moves. So they drop him off. Deepak and Satish go home. So they truly did not know probably what happened that night, unless he told them. But truly, they were like, I don't know where she is. They weren't there, according to him. So they go home. He says he does this. And then he walks home. I don't believe that. I think either he walked home and got his dad, and him and his dad came back, because there is an eyewitness. I know this is a lot, but there's also an eyewitness that saw Joran, who looked like Joran, and his father, Paulus, near a pond, and they said that that Joran was wet from the waist down. Now that kind of correlates with what he said. If you piece it all together,
Mm-hmm.
there's truth in the lies. And you have
There
to
always
imagine
is.
that Beth knows so much more than we do. You know, she's been there, she's seen it, she's talked to all these people. So I'm sure for her it is getting the story, because she's probably able to piece together a whole hell of a lot more to kind of make sense of it and really know like what happened to Natalee at this point. Sad.
Mm-hmm.
So sad. And she said that
It's really
Natalee,
sad.
actually, Natalee's birthday is tomorrow. Her birthday is tomorrow, of
Oh,
all
wow.
days. Isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
She would be 37, I think, tomorrow. And her mom said that she was going to go on to medical school, and she had no doubt that she'd make it all the way, or that she would have made it all the way.
Man, her poor mom. She's so strong.
She is.
To do what she's done, she's so strong.
18 years of being, pulled in every direction possible. My question is, though, I don't know what happened to Natalee's father. He was very pivotal. Did he pass away, or because I didn't see him at court, and I haven't really seen him in
No
the
idea.
news. I know he went to Aruba, and he went out on a boat, and they actually scanned the water because he thought that urine took him out, or took her out in the water off the fisherman's hut. So he actually was out on that water at one point, which is crazy.
Wow. So he thought that that's what happened, and it turns out to be his story.
Pretty much.
Crazy.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if anybody knows what happened to Mr. Holloway. Oh, Angie. Let's see. Angie said, I give up. So she must have said something. A crab trap. That's right. She said there was a crab trap stolen that night. I believe he put her in it. And Paulus